At 22:41, a customer sent a bug photo demanding a refund. If you accept it blindly, you lose 12,801. First, I checked the order log. It showed delivered 18 minutes after pickup. The customer message had no photo of the seal or packaging. Next, I inspected the image itself and tapped View Info in the gallery. The taken date popped up as 2023 February 14. Still, I cross-checked our records too. Cook start was 22:12, and the packaging photo showed a different receipt number. My reply stayed neutral and used only proof, 2 screenshots of info and logs. I also added one policy line, please check immediately upon delivery. The cause was recycled old photos, and the fix was filing a dispute with metadata screenshots. One tip, when you receive a photo, tap View Info first. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When a parent blames the facility after a kid gets hurt, CKV comes first. If you skip records, you can end up paying before you even know the truth. At 2:20 p.m. they called and demanded a 35,001 refund for entry. I immediately logged the time and the injury spot in one clean line on the incident form. Even if the scene is loud, verification is 2 steps. I photographed Rule 7 and captured the entry agreement checkbox as proof. Next was CTV, camera 2 at 14:18:22. The clip clearly showed the kid jumping off the furniture, not a facility collapse. I bundled one screenshot and a 15-second clip, then sent it with a standard message template. We also noted 2 disinfecting steps in the first aid log to keep it factual. The cause was a jump off furniture outside the guardian's view, not a broken facility. We closed it under ticket 21 by bundling the log, rules, and CKV, and the tip is to write the time code within 1 minute. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A clerk woke someone sleeping on a store chair and he swung a blade. If you do not know the order of response, it gets dangerous fast. Around 23:44 he kept sleeping on the chair. The store rules said late night, stay restricted, so the clerk first gave a verbal notice. Suddenly, he pulled a blade from his bag. In that second, the clerk pressed the panic button once under the counter. At the same time, a report received message appeared on the screen and CTV timestamp 23:42. The clerk kept distance and moved toward the exit. The cause was late night solo duty and weak training for risky customers. The fix is simple, give notice, then at any sign of danger, press the panic button and create distance. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. In one line, it's a customer who talks down to a worker using school status. If you don't verify, you can lose money in a refund dispute. The customer waved a receipt from 1410 and raised their voice. They said their kid goes to an S-level school, so the cashier should just obey. The worker opened the price scan log first. The log clearly showed the item code and the applied price, 3,501. The customer still demanded a refund and wouldn't move. The worker pointed to one line on the policy card. No exchange without a receipt. When the customer threatened to report, the worker did a second verification. The shift log already had one note from last week about the same complaint pattern. The cause was using status to pressure the worker and bend the rules. The fix was simple, capture the logs and point to one policy line, and the tip is to save the screen before you respond. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When someone waives a law to demand a refund, agreeing fast can cost you. First, verify the payment time and whether it was online or in-store. They yelled about Article 43, but the receipt showed in-store payment at 1410. I screenshot the transaction page showing in-store purchase first. Next, I checked the clause itself and Article 43 was a penalty section. The screen showed a fine line, so I saved that exact sentence. They said online purchases can be cancelled within 7 days, so I explained that withdrawal is usually 7 days and mainly for distance sales. I also pointed to our sign line saying no refunds for change of mind. When they kept raising their voice, I logged it as loud shouting for 3 minutes starting at 13:55. Then I bundled the policy photo and 2 screenshots into one folder and sent it to the supervisor. The cause was trusting a clause number without checking where it applies, and the fix was verifying the purchase channel and the clause on screen and responding politely. Skip arguing by name and set the baseline with one clean screenshot. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. A customer buys a near expiry sale item, then complains it is not fresh. If you do not prepare, refunds will waste your shift. Right before my evening shift ended, I organized the fridge sales shelf. Each sticker said near expiry and 30% off. When they brought it to the register, I said it again. It is best eaten today or tomorrow, and I pointed at the sticker. The next day they called and said it was not fresh. I tapped call recording and repeated the same disclosure line calmly. Then I organized proof, a receipt photo, and the register log entry. When the sale tag appeared beside the item, their tone changed. The cause was expecting a clearance item to feel brand new, and the fix was clear disclosure plus saved proof. Tip: point at the sticker and say one clean sentence. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. When teens smoke inside a PC cafe, ignoring it can turn into fines and non-stop complaints fast. At 10:10 p.m., the smell hit hard, so I checked the paper cup next to their seat right away. They said they were adults, so I tapped the birth date field in the usage record and checked again. It showed they were minors. So I read our rule out loud: if a minor smokes, we contact a guardian. But the guardian arrived and lit a cigarette right in front of the no smoking sticker at the entrance. The cause was simple. The kid copied what they saw, and I logged the CTV time and call record, then asked them to leave calmly. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe. This is about a customer who threatened a lawsuit for an allergy after finishing the meal, even though they never mentioned it while ordering. So checking order records matters. The customer claimed a nut allergy and said the food was dangerous. So the staff first opened the pause order log to check the order details. The order memo line only showed note none, so the staff captured the receipt screen as evidence immediately. At the bottom of the menu, there was also a line saying allergen ingredients may be included. So the staff saved a photo of that notice too. In allergy cases, responsibility usually appears when the customer warned the restaurant first. So the order memo and notice settled the situation. That's all for today's story. We'll be back every day with a new one. If you want to catch tomorrow's story too, please like and subscribe.